The purple Pepe meme coin on the Solana chain is absolutely crushing it. It almost tripled in the last 24 hours alone. It's one of the trending tokens on the chain, one of the trending ones that still has some upside potentially. Now, in this video, we try to figure out whether or not it still makes sense to buy purple Pepe or if we're going to dump soon. We're going to look at on-chain data most people aren't going to look at. We're going to look behind the price action. Now, here are the trending tokens on the Solana chain. And they are ordered by their liquidity pool size. Rifampicin is doing very well, so does Dasha Waifu and Yolothene A. We've talked about all three of those tokens on this channel. But here's the actual outperformer. 200% in the last 24 hours, purple Pepe. What's driving this? Here's the insane chart. We are currently at 3017. And the reason why we are going up that much is because of an overhang of buyers versus sellers. We've got 64% buyers versus 36% of sellers only. And the buying volume also exceeds the selling volume. But we can already see the ratio of buying volume versus selling volume is not that much disproportionate to the number of buyers versus sellers. In other words, there are now people that take profit. When you are up 3x in 24 hours, you might at least take out your initial. Now here's the big question. Can this rally last longer? And we are not going to get the answer from the website, right? This is a mistake many people do. They look at public information that is very easily accessible. I think it's more important to look behind the curtain, to look at actually what's happening on chain. Who's buying, who's selling. Now let's first compare social metrics and let's try to figure out whether or not there's obvious manipulation here. On Twitter or the X platform, we've got 4,000 followers roughly. In Telegram, we've got 9,000 members. Now this is surprising. Usually we have less members in Telegram than we've got followers on Twitter. Now on SolScan, we see 25,000 holders. So that's now the holders on chain. The numbers all kind of make sense. They're in the same ballpark. It's not like there's 10 times more Twitter followers than holders on chain. That being said, seeing that many followers in Telegram is surprising. Let's go on chain and let's have a look at the number of first-time investors versus recurring investors and at the number of transactions per day. We can see how the token is massively growing recently. More than 2,000 new wallets that traded the token today. And this outpaces the number of recurring traders by more than 3x. The number of token transactions is also going up. We clearly see the investor base growing very, very quickly. Now the big question is, what kind of wallets are growing? Is this small retail wallets that have a little bit of money in this? Is this the big whale wallets? Who's actually accumulating here? Who's owning most of the token? What we've got over here is a wallet holder count over time. And it shows us the number of wallets that have at least 10 million purple Pepe tokens on the left. Now at the current price, that's $1,323. That's what I consider retail. In the middle, we've got medium-sized retail, so that's now a 10x, so that's now $13,000 worth. And on the right, the minimum holding is $130,000 worth of the token. Again, at current prices. And we can see that pretty much all of that current rally comes from the small investor. The medium-sized retail wallets didn't change much, and the whales are selling, or at least the number of whales is going down. But there's something interesting to note in a second. Check out this chart over here. This now shows how much of the token is held by different wallet cohorts: small retail, medium-sized retail, large retail, and whales. Small retail is up to $1,000, medium-sized retail up to $10,000, large up to $100,000, and whale above $100,000. Now the difference of this chart to what we have seen before is that this chart just looks at US dollar thresholds. It doesn't count the number of tokens in a wallet, it counts the number of tokens times the current price. In other words, when the price is going up and there's no selling whatsoever by anybody, we would see how the percentage held by whales and large retail is going up. And this is indeed what we are saying. More than 60% of the token supply is held by wallets that have at least $10,000 worth of the token. But here's why on-chain analytics is so important. At first glance, this all looks very organic. This all looks nice. A lot of small holders come in. A lot of small holders means, of course, also that the price can stabilize at a higher price. The smaller retail investor tends not to sell as quickly as the whales. However, when we get a bit deeper into the data, things don't look that organic anymore. Here are two charts I do not like at all. On the left side, we see the trading volume per day. On the right side, we see this normalized to 100%. Now, the trading volume alone doesn't look that suspicious. We simply just have waves and they come and go, all fine. But once we normalize this to 100%, this does look very, very odd. How is it possible that 98% of trading volume happens by small retail? I have never seen this with any other token. Large retail only occasionally made up 2.6% of the trading volume and is now at zero. Yet all the ownership is by those large retail wallets. And we also see how this number of large retail wallets goes down. So what I believe is going on here is that the whales, that the founders, that the insiders are distributing their large token holdings into many small wallets, potentially wash trading, potentially pushing up the price artificially to generate attention. And that attention is also the reason why you're watching this video. There's a non-zero chance that you search for this token on YouTube to figure out what's behind this price rally. Now you've got the answer. I believe it's manipulation, and at some point that manipulation is probably likely going to stop. I do not think that Pepe will do another 10x, another 100x. I believe at some point, especially once the whales watch this video, they are going to dump on everyone. Now don't get me wrong, I have nothing against meme coin trading, and I do believe that there's a lot of money to be made with meme coin trading because the crypto market as a whole is currently expanding. Have a look at the stablecoin market cap. Since October of last year, this is going up. It's now recently accelerating. So a lot of money is flowing from traditional finance into the crypto sector. When you send your hard-earned cash to a centralized exchange, that centralized exchange then sends it to a stablecoin issuer. That stablecoin issuer then mints tokens. That's then what we see over here, right? This is why this is going up. And so this is great for crypto prices as a whole. But it's really about optimizing risk versus reward. The reward isn't that high for the largest of the tokens, right? In the last week, we only went up by maybe 10 or 20% for most tokens. But it also makes zero sense to buy a meme coin that loses traction. The downside can be massive as well. It's all about having a market edge. It's all about trading better than the others. And so yes, Pepe did well. So did a lot of other altcoins in the last week. I still believe though that the best risk to reward is still in the meme coins. It's in the smaller cap meme coins. Have a look at those performances here. We saw Big Dog Think going up by 670% in the last week. Or Lucky Coin by more than 400%. Bully by almost 300%, etc. You get the gist, right? Most of those performances are in the market caps of hundreds of millions, not in the billions. The big question always is, how can we get one of those outperformers early, right? How can we spot a small altcoin that has the potential to 3, 4, 5x in a single week? My answer to this is the following. It's shown over here on the screen. It's wallet tracking. So I like to track the wallets of influential people, of top traders, of people that move markets, of influencers. I like to look at what are they buying and what are they selling. And for example, over here, 2 days ago, we had the Martini guy that bought the Moon token. And that was directly on Pump.fun. So that was the Solana blockchain. And he bought this for 4012. And we then, of course, discussed this at length. But have a look at what happened to the token. It made a massive run up, more than 1,000%, then came crashing down, no surprise here. But have a look at the current price. It's currently at 4093. So even after this massive collapse, the price is still up by 8x or so. That's how early some of those signals can be, right? How else can we find tokens like this that shoot up like that? This was literally a 100x since the signal. Now here is the guy that we are tracking here. This is the Martini guy. He's got 149,000 subscribers, and of course when he talks about a token, that token generates some attention and the price tends to go up. And so here's the magic in all of this. Through on-chain analytics, we found various of his wallets, and we track his wallets. We've got 12 of his wallets in total. Finding those wallets is the actual art of the game. Now, not all of those signals go up that much that quickly, but still, have a look at this. This is Alex Becker. He bought the Spectre token at $2.38. And again, that was just a bit over 24 hours ago. That's up now 14%. And probably you know Alex Becker, he's got 1.5 million subscribers. The reason probably why the token didn't go up much more yet is because he hasn't published a video on the token yet. At least he didn't promote it recently. Here are the wallets that we track by Alex Becker. We've got 12 in total. But there's also a way to get these kind of tokens even earlier, to follow influencers that are a bit more risky in their approach. For example, here we've got Crypto Gains that bought Spectre already at 16 cents. So that was way back in the day. It was over here. Since then, we are up more than 1,500%. And so here's Crypto Gains. He's also got a bit over 100,000 followers. So again, when he talks about especially the smaller tokens, they can get quite a bit of momentum. We do have a few more of his wallets. He tends to change wallets quite often. We've got 55 that we are tracking. In total, by the way, we track more than 400 wallets. And so really, this is, I believe, where the real alpha is. It's not buying those large cap cryptocurrencies with billions and billions of dollars. It's buying the small ones, but doing it smartly, not just picking something randomly in a list. It's following the smart money. It's following the people that tend to make very profitable trades and thus get very similar returns to them. And so I like this approach that much that I made a dedicated tutorial section just on this topic. So this is 8 videos in total. How can we find influencer wallets? How can we track those influencer wallets? And how can we interpret the signals that we get from the tracking? It's all part of the premium membership of this channel. The link is down below, thebitcointrader.com. Premium is not just about wallet tracking. It's also about on-chain analytics. It's also about backtesting. It's about portfolio diversification and risk management. There's more than 100 tutorial videos in total. Once we have got a wallet signal, we also have to discuss when should we buy, when should we sell. We also have to compare our on-chain analytics. That's why we've got dedicated chats on the individual altcoins as well. So feel free to check it out. It's currently $125 per month. There's also a 1-week money back guarantee. So in case you don't like premium, in case you don't learn anything, just message me within the first week and I'll refund you 100%. There's really zero risk for you. And so do I think that Purple Pepe can go higher? Yes, of course it can, as long as it continues to get manipulated. The problem though is that this is not an organic rally, and I prefer to buy things where I really see organic growth by small people that come in, that stabilize the price at a higher level. This is what I want to see. I want to see how long term, over many days, we see more and more growth and how that momentum continues. That's not what I believe is happening here with Purple Pepe. If you got some value out of this video, feel free to subscribe. I publish this regularly. A like would be very much appreciated as well. It helps the channel grow. See you in the next video, or see you in premium. Cheers.